Hi guys, what is up? It is Lavender and welcome back to the channel. Let's get right on into today's video. So I'm currently using right now the medium stiletto by Beetles, and right now I am just fitting the nails to my natural nails. And one good tip to do when you're doing this is to fit them sidewall to sidewall so that they won't pop off, because if your nail tips are too small, they will pop off, and if they're too big, then it just looks weird, and you also might get a gel allergy in the future. So after I fit them all to my nails, I am currently right now just etching the insides. This basically makes sure that it sticks on to your nail well. This also just helps with the retention and making them last longer. Now there's different ways that you can etch the inside of your nail. You can do a sanding band, which is what I'm doing right now, or you can use acetone and or primer. I prefer doing this way just so I know I can physically see that it is etched. So now it is time for the application, which is basically me gluing these nails on. So I'm currently using base gel, which basically is like a nail glue, and I'm putting that on the inside of the tip. Now, one thing to remember is you kind of learn this as you go along, but you don't want too much and you don't want too little. You kind of want the right amount, otherwise if you do too little, it will easily pop off in like a day or so. If you use too much, it will cause spillages and leakages, and just like it won't look good, and there's a possibility for a gel allergy. So you kind of just learn as you go. I'm still kind of getting used to it, so every now and then I have to clean up with a cleaner brush right underneath the tip because I put a little bit too much. But you kind of, like I said, just learn as you go. And then I'm also flash curing these for about 30 seconds before I use a big nail lamp to cure for 60 seconds. That way they are stuck on there. If not, if you don't use a big UV lamp, you are basically opening yourself up to gel allergies, which you would think is not that bad, except if you get a gel allergy, you literally cannot use gel products for the rest of your life because it's something that does not go away. So you have to be really important when doing this, and it's honestly why if you do this at home, it's great, yes, but like everything else that you do at home that you could do at a salon, you have to research and know what you're getting yourself into health-wise and be really, really careful. They are put on, I'm going to now shape them and file them, and I basically will use nail clippers to cut them down to a size. So basically I'm now clipping them down to the desired size that I want them to be, and just because I do want to do a stiletto, I'm clipping them at the top, and then on the sides I'm just doing a rough clip, and then I'll go in with a nail file and actually shape them up and make them look better. So after they are all shaped rather, I'm going to then go in and file them, and I did this off camera because I'm in some weird positions with my hands in order to file them, so I knew I was not going to be in frame for most of it. So now I'm doing a tip that I actually heard of online, which is basically soaking the cuticle part of the gel X tip with acetone. This basically melts the plastic or the tip down to your natural nail and just makes it more seamless from your nail or your cuticle to your nail. Now I also do this last, so I don't have a clue why I decided to do this first, because I usually buff the edges or buff it and then I go in and do acetone, but for whatever reason I decided to do it first. Basically that is what I'm doing. I usually do this each nail for maybe 15 seconds. So now I also, to ensure that it is a more natural finish, I use a cuticle bit to go in and shave down the edges, because near the edges you can still see the white from whenever it is the nail tip. So I like to go in, I just started doing this recently too, I just go in and kind of file down any lumps or bumps and just the white edges. This also is great if you had any spillages with the gel glue. It's a good way to kind of file it down and make sure that there's no lumps basically from the glue. I also like to use a sanding band to file to buff the nail so that it's not shiny, because then it will stick, then the nail products will stick better to the nail. So moving on to the fun part, which is the designs. So I'm first going in with a nude base color from Beetles and just putting that on my pointer finger and my ring finger, because I'm going to be doing French tips for those nails. So after doing that, you want to cure those for 60 seconds. Are the nail color or the colors I'm going to be using. And this is the inspiration we are going for. I went for a very black and purple, which are my two favorite colors, and I actually love the design of this set so much. So now I'm going in and taking this darker shade of purple onto this nail palette so that way I can easily grab from the liner brush and do the French tip. I am curing for like 20 seconds in between each nail color just to make sure that it is as opaque as possible. Now I am doing the same thing with this lighter purple and just putting this on the palette. That way I can go ahead and grab it with the liner brush and do a French tip on the ring finger. So now that those two are done, so now I'm going in with this black and I'm putting this all over my thumbnail. And I am going ahead and curing, like I said, the first time with the 20 seconds to cure it. So now after putting on the two coats of black, I am going in with the matte top coat because this is going to be a isolated chrome effect nail, and I'm using the matte top coat so that way none of the chrome gets on where I want the nail, where I want it to be on the nail. And then I'm going in and going to be using a top coat to basically put on little lines and designs that I want, where I want the chrome to stick to. So here you can see I'm doing that. I'm putting it on the nail palette so that way it is easier for me to grab with the liner brush, and I'm actually using a bigger liner brush than I was doing on the French tip, so that way I have more control and have smoother lines than with the shorter brush. That to make sure that it is cured but still tacky. So I'm not curing it all the way. I'm doing it like around 20 seconds. Then I'm going in with the silver chrome powder that I just got like a few days ago, so I'm still testing it out. And I'm basically taking a silicone brush. So I'm basically taking this brush and kind of smoothing out the chrome and doing it where, like I said, the top coat was, so that way it sticks to the top coat and not the whole nail. So after doing that, I'm going to put a top coat on to that, so that way it does not smudge or whatnot, and I am done with the thumbnail. So now moving on to the middle finger, I am going with this lighter purple and doing it all over the nail in 2 coats, like I said before. I am curing that and going in with the matte top coat again because this is going to be a aura effect. So I'm putting on the matte top coat, so that way the powder will stick to the nail. So I used black powder for the aura effect, and now I'm going in with this sculpting 3D gel and basically doing all of like the squiggly 3D lines. I wish I made them a little bit thicker because it kind of has like a spidery effect whenever you use like only a little bit, in my opinion. But anyways, I'm basically going in with this gold liner brush, and I am just doing some random squiggly lines and connecting them in some areas just to see doing what feels good or what looks good. And then now for the last nail, I'm doing this dark purple and basically doing the same thing I did with my thumbnail to my pinky, except the background is going to be dark purple instead of black. So here is the finished product of these nails. I love them so much. So yeah, make sure you like and subscribe to see more videos in the future.